Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, March 24th, 2021, and this week's theme for our positivity project is resilience. Please place your hand over your heart and repeat after me as we say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. What does it mean to be resilient? As you know, resilience is defined as the ability to recover quickly from difficulties, stress, failure, trauma, and challenges. And since we are all different individuals, we have to be resilient in different times. We all we all deal with stress differently. Therefore, we have to be resilient at different times. Some common instances when we have to be resilient include when we lose a family member, a friend, we fail a test, we miss an assignment, when we're teased or bullied, and when we lose a valued item. Today's quotes that pertain to resilience come from Christopher Reeve, who played Superman, and Babe Ruth, who was a legendary baseball player. Christopher Reeve says, I think a hero is an ordinary individual who finds strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles. And as I said, Christopher Reeve, he played one of the first live action Supermen around the 1970s and 1980s. He's very popular for those movies. So someone who played a hero saying this quote is very inspirational because he knows what it means to be a hero after playing one for so long. The next quote was from Babe Ruth, and Babe Ruth said, every strike brings me closer to a home run. So when you strike, that means you either miss the ball or it gets hit as a foul. And as you know, 3 strikes you're out in baseball. So this means every time Babe Ruth strikes out, it just gives him another chance. Maybe the next hit would be a home run. So he's staying optimistic with that. Today's clip comes from a businesswoman named Lynn, whose resilience helps improve her work presentation that was originally criticized by a board member. And in this clip, it shows how that criticism from the board member could either break Lynn or make Lynn better.
What is resilience? Perseverance isn't possible without it. The two traits go together. On any journey, and every goal is a journey, there will be setbacks. You'll make a mistake, something unexpected will happen, or circumstances will change. You have to be able to recover from these setbacks. That's what resilience is. Resilience is the ability to become strong again after something bad happens. Trees have it. They bend in strong winds, but then spring back to their original shape. Your body suffers from a virus. You feel terrible. But then your energy and strength return because your system is designed to be resilient. Your emotions need to be as strong. It's a vital element in human perseverance. Lynn, team leader in an event management company, worked hard on a plan for reorganizing her team. She got encouragement from her senior colleagues. She worked hard to create a presentation full of stats and graphs and well-worded reasoning. She was proud of her plan. On the day she presented it, an unexpected intervention from a board member undermined everything she argued for. She felt humiliated. She felt as if she no longer had a future at the company. After the meeting, she spoke to a colleague. She realized that there was a simple way to be resilient and deal with her disappointment. It was how people who suffered tragedies in wars or natural disasters got back onto their feet and continued their lives. They faced the facts squarely. Lynn took time to understand what happened wasn't her fault. She couldn't have predicted how the board member would have intervened, but it didn't mean that her career was over. She simply needed to try again with a new strategy. It wasn't as bad as she thought it was. Lynn knew that she could start again, in better shape to succeed than before. And that's what she did. Lynn examined what had happened, learned lessons from it, and reshaped her plan. She bounced back. When she resubmitted the plan, it turned out that the negative board member had left the company, and her new plan was adopted because it was better. Resilience is central to perseverance. By facing facts squarely, allowing time for recovery, and bouncing back with an attitude of growth, it's possible to be resilient in the face of any setback.
The meaningful message from that video was that Lynn, at the beginning, was on top of the world and felt confident that her initial presentation would go extremely well. To her dismay, a board member criticized her presentation, which made Lynn's mood go from 100 to 0. Lynn felt embarrassed and began thinking that she was a failure. After venting and speaking to another coworker, Lynn realized that she does have a purpose at the company and that this board member was just an obstacle in the road. Lynn broke down what occurred during her presentation and began brainstorming on what she could do differently to prevent that from repeating again. Although the board member ended up leaving the company, the criticism Lynn received from that member made her and her presentation much stronger. The reflection activity for today is: when was a difficult time or situation where you wanted to give up, but you decided to keep on going? For Lynn, this situation was when she was criticized by the board member. She wanted to give up, but when she began talking to her fellow coworker and letting her feelings out, that gave her the inspiration to keep on going and just try to use the criticism to make her and her presentation better, which worked at the end. The next reflection activity is: what did you find difficult at first, but became easier over time? And the Twitter challenge of the week is to have your parents tweet us different ways in which we could be resilient to our Twitter account at Lockhart Lions. Once we receive them, we can retweet it and post it on our page. I hope you all have a great Wednesday, and remember that Lockhart Lions roar.